Am I the asshole for taking the cake I baked for my fiance's birthday and going home? Me F25 and fiance M31. Ben's mom don't have the best relationship. I try my best to be polite around her, but she's the type that'd have high standards, expectations of whoever dates her sons. She has 3. She's commented on my hair and body several times and at some point suggested cosmetic surgeries for the future. This upsets me, but Ben tells me this is who she is and I need to learn to have a thick skin, since oftentimes, she doesn't really mean to be malicious. Anyways, I'm known for baking cakes and sweets. Ben eats what I make, but whenever I bring something to his family to try, they find every excuse in the world not to eat it. I'm okay with that and stopped doing it. For Ben's 31st birthday, his mom wanted to host the party. I decided to bake him his birthday cake and he was thrilled with it. I went grocery shopping, took time off work and put so much effort into making it how he likes it. I took it with me to his mom's house, and to my surprise, when I walked in I saw a large birthday cake sitting at the dining table. I was puzzled. FMIL said she requested this cake from the bakery and paid XXX money for it. I asked, "What about the cake I've made?" She responded, "Oh, you can place it on the counter over there and we'll let the kids have it." This felt like ice was dropped all over me. I looked at Ben and he nodded at me in a "just do it" way. I was so mad, and the cake was still in my hands at the time. I turned around and made my way to the door. His mom remained standing, but Ben followed me asking where I was going. I told him that he didn't need my cake and by extension me, since my efforts were so easily dismissed and disrespected. He said I was overreacting and that his mom paid so much for that cake and it was only fair that he accept it. He begged me to get back inside and do him this favor by basically just go with the flow, but I decided to go home. He got mad and started saying I was being unreasonable and stirring drama over nothing. I went home and he didn't get back till 11 p.m. He was so upset he said he and his family didn't appreciate the childish behavior I displayed in ruining his party and disrespecting his mom like that. Said I turned this into a huge deal and should have acted more maturely instead of walking out with the cake. Am I the asshole for taking the cake and walking out? Not the asshole. Please don't marry this man. Run far, far away and bake your cakes for someone who chooses you, not their mom. You deserve it. Not the asshole. The fact that your future husband is telling you to just accept his mom's bullshit with a smile, and then gets mad at you when you don't, is very telling. If you marry him, this is just going to grow over time. Not the asshole and realize this is going to be your life. Him never having your back. Info. Was she aware you were bringing a cake? Did you make sure she knew you wanted to bring the cake? You are the asshole if you stay with him. When someone shows you who they are, believe them. Ben will never be your partner when he already has a spouse and his mom. Not the asshole. Run. Don't look back. If you get tangled with this family, you might get yourself one-way ticket to mental health institution. Honestly, there's no good happen when boyfriend mom is Mill from hell or ownership of Hellhound. Am I the asshole for not letting my sister-in-law wear my wedding dress to prom? I, 25F, got married to my husband, 24M, a year ago. He has a sister, 16F. I went a little non-traditional with my dress. I got a big light yellow dress, and a beautiful strappy top with lace. The dress was gorgeous, and of course very expensive. This was definitely my dream dress. His family isn't particularly well off, but they're certainly not poor or lower income. So when they told me at a family dinner that they were having trouble finding an affordable dress for her, I was a little surprised, but gave suggestions like looking at eBay, Goodwill's website, etc. In my younger days I did pageants and we always resold the dress after at a good discount. They told me they looked but didn't find anything they like. I told them I hoped the dress would come up soon. 2 weeks passed and we get invited to dinner again at their house. We show up and immediately his sister starts moping. I assume she had a bad day at school and sit down to eat. Then my Mill explained to me she was upset because prom was in 3 days and she still had no dress. I expressed my condolences, and told her that I could maybe help her have some last looks around. That's when Mill said, "Oh, I have an idea, my name. Why don't you let Sil wear your yellow dress? I could probably get it tailored in time." My Sil immediately perked up and I felt like I was ambushed. I looked to my husband but he just shrugged. I politely told them I was sorry, but the dress was very special to me, and also Sil and I are quite different sizes. It would fall off her. Mill then told me she knows a wonderful seamstress who could make it fit. Which really upset me. I asked her, what if I ever want to try it on again? It wouldn't fit me. Even if I lost weight, my bust would never fit in a dress tailored to fit her. Sil ended up busting into tears. I'm not sure if it was because of me saying no or me talking about our bodies. My husband and I ended up leaving early. He was very upset with me for not sharing the dress, but said ultimately it was my decision. His family on the other hand was livid with me. They went radio silent until I saw a post of Sil on Facebook in a beautiful blue dress. I commented saying I'm glad she got a dress, she looked great, and I hope she had a good time, and I got a comment back asking me for my portion of the dress. They have now told my husband I am responsible for either reselling the dress and getting them half back since I have experience with that, or help pay for half. I told them that was ridiculous, but my husband told me to just do it. I told him I'm not going to be pushed over, and he ended up leaving for 3 days to his mom's. Now I am no longer invited to family dinners or functions, and they only have nasty things to say about me. Saying I almost ruined her prom night. Am I the asshole? Should I have just let her wear the dress, or at the very least help them sell it? At this point, since my husband isn't even on my side, I don't know. Edit. Tried to talk to Mill after getting some confidence from these comments. Basically she brushed it all off. Still demanded I do what she told me to either sell it, or help pay for it, because I'm family. And that's what family does, but also said she would have looked much better in it than I did, and that I just didn't let her have the dress out of jealousy. I am honestly speechless right now. Not the asshole at all. Even if it wasn't your wedding dress, it's still your dress and you have no obligation to even loan it out, much less give it away permanently. It makes sense to feel weird because no one is on your side, but it's only this one-sided because it's entirely his family and they clearly have issues. If his solution to them being upset is, just give them what they want, and his solution to himself being upset is, run away to mom's for 3 days, these are some serious red flags and you might reconsider your future plans with this dude. Not the asshole. They have now told my husband I am responsible for either reselling the dress and getting them half back since I have experience with that, or help pay for half. That is ridiculous. Stop talking to them over this. I told them that was ridiculous, but my husband told me to just do it. I told him I'm not going to be pushed over, and he ended up leaving for 3 days to his mom's. Now I am no longer invited to family dinners or functions, and they only have nasty things to say about me. This is bizarre. Marriage counseling is needed. Not the asshole. And wow. Who asks to wear someone else's wedding dress to a prom? FFS. Your Sil, Mill, and HB need a ruddy reality check. They not only ambushed you, they're all punishing you for refusing to be ambushed. You're owed apologies from all of them. Not the asshole, and please take note of your husband's actions. These are early warning signs of how he'll behave. Till death do us part. Regardless of your vows, you are not his priority. He is still an advocate and protector of his family of origin, and you and your boundaries are secondary to theirs. Honestly, I would probably never set up a joint account with someone who leaves when you choose not to acquiesce to their family's manipulation. They will drain the account to please them, and leave you with nothing. Always have a secret stash account. Not the asshole. What an awful and entitled family you married into. Not the asshole. What portion of what dress? The dress you're not obligated to give her, or the dress you're not obligated to pay for? Are they actually telling you you have to pay for the blue dress because you didn't give her your yellow dress? I'm not sure I'm reading that right. Regardless, you're not at fault in any of this. Am I the asshole for laughing after being told not to wear white to my own cousin's wedding? I 19 female am South Asian, and in my culture the groom's family wear the same color as the groom on his wedding days. We have multiple, and the same goes for the bride. My cousin 24 male is getting married, and as he has only one brother, me and my 2 brothers are going to be matching with him since we were basically raised as siblings. He's wearing white and gold. His brother, father and my brothers will all be wearing white suits, and I will be wearing a white dress. My aunt is also wearing a white dress, but it's a different style to me. The bride and her family will be wearing red at this event, so I won't be similar to them. At work I showed my friend my dress, and a co-worker walked past, looked at the dress picture and started the whole spiel about not wearing white to other people's weddings. I explained to her the bride was wearing red, and even then we can still wear the same color as the bride and that it's different in my culture, but she called me cold-hearted and still insisted I would be taking the bride's spotlight. Trust me guys, even if a guest shows up in red like the bride, they wouldn't be able to match her unless they purposely spent hundreds on a bridal dress and jewels. I just laughed at her, but her and other people who agree with her are saying I'm cold-hearted to laugh at someone who was trying to save me embarrassment at a wedding. Am I the asshole? Not the asshole. You explained the culture and they ignored you. Not the asshole. Alas, while trying to be socially sensitive on your behalf, your coworker was being culturally insensitive. You are more familiar with the rules for this wedding, so don't worry about their accidentally bad advice. If they can't learn from their mistakes, laughing at them is fine. Not the asshole. Your coworker seems to have made no attempt to understand your culture. How obnoxious to try to insert Western traditions into a situation where they do not belong. Not the asshole. They're literally failing to understand your culture and, unintentionally or not, forcing their own cultural expectations upon you. You said this is at work? Maybe shoot an email to HR if it keeps up, citing that your coworkers are harassing you about a racial, cultural, non-work related issue. Not the asshole. Your coworker is ignorant and seems to believe that every single person on this earth follow the same traditions. Wear your white dress. Not the asshole. Different culture. In a traditional European descendant Christian wedding in the US, often the bride wears white and no one else. You are from a different culture. Your culture has different rules. Your family, including the females, are wearing white, so you wear white. Just repeat, my family has traditions from a different culture. I'll wear what my culture dictates. Thank you for your concern. Am I the asshole for refusing to let my future baby half-sibling live in the same room as me? I'm a 17-year-old girl and my mom and stepfather recently got pregnant. My family is kind of confusing, so to sum it up, my older half-brother, 19, he's my stepfather's and my mom's child, and I'm my mom and my dad's child. We live in a 3-bedroom house, the master suite, my brother's bedroom and my bedroom. We also have a basement with a bathroom. When I found out my parents were pregnant, one of their first requests was that the baby share my room. I immediately declined because they wanted a newborn not to sleep in their room, but in mine, while I was finishing my last year of high school and preparing for college. I said no and the baby should sleep in their room, and when it was old enough to have its own room I would already have moved out. One of my friends is kinda rich and her parents are gonna buy her an apartment for college and she told me I could stay there for cheap. They got really mad at me and told me how much stress they would have after having the baby. Now I understand pregnancy is hard and all, but I really don't want to have to listen to a baby crying, have them run into my room when I'm sleeping, doing homework, etc. I told them that I thought it would be easier if the baby stayed in their room, or if I moved to the basement, but that would be a little annoying as our basement isn't really room fit, like IDK how to describe it, but I wouldn't want to live there. I understand I might be a little rude because my parents won't have their baby till February. They are like 2 months pregnant or something. IDK they just said the due date is in February. But I feel like that's going to be an incredibly stressful time even for just the 4ish months I'm staying here, with school ending, college entrance exams, waiting to see if I got in, etc. all the works. And on a more personal note, I hate babies, they weird me out. I'm thinking I could be in the wrong because their room is more cluttered than mine, and they could have a problem making space. And my parents have their ideas YK, so I could just be biased. So am I in the wrong? Edit. I phrased something wrong lol. Edit. Phrased it wrong again LMAO. Not the asshole. Baby cries a lot in night and it's not your responsibility. You will not be able to sleep whole night if the baby moves in with you. Not the asshole. It's their child, and if they didn't want to deal with a newborn baby crying at night, they shouldn't have had another baby, not expect their daughter, who is still a minor herself, to do it for them. Also, how is your older brother your stepfather's child? Did your mum and SF break up for a bit? Your mum had you and then your mum and SF get back together? Not the asshole. Also, they're not planning on running in your room when baby cries at night. They want you to deal with it. Not the asshole. They want the baby in your room because they want you taking care of it. And they will probably expect you to babysit and change diapers, etc. There's even a good chance that they expect you to stay living with them instead of going away so they get free childcare. Stick to your boundaries. This isn't your baby and your parents need to make plans that don't rely on you. Not the asshole. That's just a load of bullshit on the part of your parents. They are having a baby, you are not. You shouldn't be expected to put up with a fussy infant in your room. You can bet that they're going to also expect you to deal with it a lot. So, be sure to set that boundary and hold firm. That you are not a babysitter. I'd make this a hill to die on. Is moving in with your dad an option? Not the asshole. As someone who has shared a room with an infant sibling, I can almost promise that within a week or two the expectation would be that you cover the 2 a.m. feeding and begin taking on more and more of the care. Your parents are the ones who decided to have an infant, let them be the ones to take care of it.